Shabbat Shalom. Giving all praise and glory to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. As always, we'll start off with Colossians 3:17. Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by H.O.D.C, H.O.I, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by H.O.D.C, H.O.I. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, Mashiach Yahushai. Give thanks to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for everything. You thought us worthy enough to be able to have His word, learn it, live it, and apply it in our life every day, working toward the kingdom. So can't ask for more than that. I was looking at go to Second Chronicles 7:14. This is what we basing our lesson upon. It's a very key scripture, and there's a lot of I guess misconception of those that believe this is all you have to do to actually be saved for your sins, be forgiven for your sins, from your sins. In 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people, which are called by my name, Yah, Shar Allah, because Yah is in our name, Yah, Shar Allah, shall humble themselves. First and foremost, it say humble yourselves. So you got to humble yourselves, put this to work, and pray. You got to pray and seek my face, seek the Most High's face, and turn from their wicked ways. That means stop sinning, follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Then, that's about 4 things He told us to do before you see the result. Then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. So, for our land to be healed, He have to purge it. He got to purify it. He have to eliminate all the wickedness in His land that they're doing in His land. The people that's occupying the land at this time. So, and we're not in our land until the prophecies happen that He say He's going to do. So it seems like to me, if He's saying, then, when we do the things that He tells us to do, will I hear from heaven? Then He gonna hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and forgive our sins, and will heal their land. This is a prayer that King Solomon prayed when he built the temple for the Most High. Because the land is not healed. His land is not healed. The land is crying out because we didn't follow what the land told us to do. And that's keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. So the land kicked us out of the land of Israel. And as a nation, we have not been back there. You have a few people that's there, but the elect, the remnant, is not there. The kingdom is not there. The Most High has not healed His land when you have all the abominations that's being done in His land that He loved, the land of Israel. He said, then will He heal the land. But we got to do what we need to do. First and foremost, He said, the first thing He said, humble yourself. So to be humble, you can't be in the mindset of self-will or stubborn when it comes down to how you have to apply the Most High's rules and regulations, His laws, statutes, commandments in your life. There's no compromise. Show me a compromise with the Most High. His ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts, so you can't. You don't know what He's going to do. You can't speak for Him. Nobody, none of us. We can't speak for Him. So it behooves you to try as best you can to do what he say do. That's all we can do. And hopefully, Most High will, our names can be written in the book of life. To live forever and ever and ever. And rule this baby forever and ever and ever, non-stop. Forever. We got next forever and ever and ever, Yasharallah. 12 tribes of Israel, but it's only a remnant. It's only a remnant. But it's beautiful that we, as a people, have the opportunity. I mean, the whole world is seeing what's going on with us as a people and being persecuted. But we have to acknowledge what we have done. And the only way you can acknowledge what we have done is to humble yourself, as he said. Look at Numbers 21 and 7. Just going to give you some examples of what works. What works and what worked. So that's the main thing we have to look at. Solutions. Everybody wants solutions. Well, let's look at the solutions that work for us as a nation. As a nation. Numbers 14 and 40. Numbers 14 and 40. And they rose up early in the morning and got them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Most High have promised, for we have sinned. Those key words right there are so important that it goes right over a lot of people's heads. He said, for we have sinned. We as a nation have sinned. And Moses said, wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Most High? But it shall not prosper. So everybody think that you can just do whatever you want to do. You got your own free will to do whatever you want to do. You hear what he said? It shall not prosper. The Most High is long suffering, but he is not going to acquit the wicked. Because if you're not doing what he said do, he claims with all his mind and spirit and soul that you are wicked. Point blank. Go not up, for the Most High is not among you. You hear that? He first told him, it shall not prosper. You don't keep his commandments, it shall not prosper. He said, go not up, don't go up. For the Most High is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites, and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Most High. You got to look at it. Only 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel are going to come back to this truth. So you got the 2/3 out there where the Most High is looking and saying, wow, they ain't really got it yet. And part of those that could be part of the 1/3 is cooked in with the 2/3. Possibly have not been called yet. So we still in our affliction today because we have not followed the commandments of the Most High. We have sinned, as it says here. And what we said, we have sinned. Sad but true. He told him, he said, hey, don't go up to fight. Don't go up to fight because both sides not with you. And see, if the Most High is not among us, what do you think is going to happen? What you see happening? We're being dealt with. Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble. Persecution, I mean, when you look at, they killed all the apostles under the Roman Empire. Killed them all. And the Israelites killed the prophets. Wicked Israelites killed the prophets. And the Romans killed all the apostles, including the Mashiach Yahushai. So what you think? You think you got a pass? We ain't got no pass. So we deal with Most High, but you'll see the Most High warned us of the things that he was going to do if we ain't follow his commandments. Point blank. Numbers 21. Numbers 21 and 7. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, but we have spoken against the Most High. You hear that? People don't realize that you tell them certain things and they speaking against the Most High, especially whenever you in the spirit, you speaking from the word of the Most High, giving them an understanding of how they should be. Listen to what he said. They said, we said. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned. Over again. Over and over again. We have sinned, but we have spoken against the Most High and against thee, against Moses. Pray unto the Most High that he take away the serpents from us. Yeah, serpents biting, poisonous serpents biting them. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Most High said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent. Now this is what you see the medical field. Like I said, they don't have no creativity, so they copy a lot of things that comes from our culture unto this day. Most High told Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. So I say that because he put one serpent on a pole, but the medical field put two serpents on the pole. Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. So we sinned, and the Most High sent serpents to bite us, killing us. So we say, hey, make this pole with the serpent around it, wrapped around it. It's gonna take a rocket science to figure this out. Just look at the medical field today. Their symbol. They put two serpents on the pole. Most High put one serpent on the pole, but they put two serpents on the pole. And see, the thing about it, see, we at war, whether you realize it or not. We're at war, because when you look at, go to Ephesians 6, and this is real spiritual. Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor, that's protection of the Most High, and that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? You got to put on the whole protection of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So how do you know when and where and what tactics the devil is using against you, when everything that you see in this world is pretty much dealing with him being the power of the air and the things you are observing that makes everything become normal to you when he's operating? You understand what I'm saying? Through people at his will, because they're not in the spirit, or dealing with the law of the Spirit and the law of the Most High to rebel him. They're not saying it. They don't know. They don't know what's the solution. So you rebel him. You rebuke him. It's more than just saying it. It's action that you have to do because you already drawn him to you by something that you're doing that's negative, not positive. The energy that you promote, that you're projecting, that's not positive. That's not on point with the Most High and H.O.D.C. The knowledge of good and evil that we still got to deal with until the end, till the Most High eradicated off the earth. So you need the protection of the Most High. We're at war. Protection, what? What do you say? Put on the whole armor. What's an armor for? An armor, you put on armor for protection, to protect your body. What he's telling you. Hip talk. That you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not with flesh against flesh and blood. You hear this? We're not wrestling against people. We're flesh and blood, but against principalities. Principalities against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. The rulers of the darkness of this world, meaning they have bowed down to Satan and they're ruling in darkness, not light. Because the light would mean you would be following the Most High, the H.O.D.C's commandments. That's the light. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's high-level demons in high places that they're operating under. So wherefore take upon you the whole armor. Tell you the whole armor. Not just part of the armor, but the whole armor to cover your whole body. The whole protection of the Most High. That you may be able to withstand, hear that, withstand in the evil day. You may be able to withstand in the evil day. We're in an evil day right now. Shoot, they're starting to hang us again. Oh, y'all gonna mess with the police department? Y'all gonna mess with the men that came from white to blue? Took up their white sheets and went to wearing blue? You gonna mess with us? Okay, well, we'll start doing what we did back in Jim Crow or back in time of slavery and so forth. Hanging us again. What did it say? Wherefore take to you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, his rules and regulations, which is the truth. Period. You don't want to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You ain't following what he say do. How you going? Like I say, that's what Moses just told us. He ain't with you. You going to war against the Amalekites and the Canaanites, the Most High ain't with you. Because you have sinned. And we recognize we have sinned, so we have to repent, so the Most High come back to us. It's not just about your mouth, it's about your actions. Doing what's right. Not just speaking it, you got to learn it, live it, and apply it in your life. You got to do what's right. He told you in 1 John 5:3, this is the love of the Most High. That we keep his commandments, and commandments are not grievous. You're supposed to feel good about doing what's right. Not bad. Not feeling sad about doing what's right. Because you're wicked. You evil. You right here with we got to watch out for you. No matter if you claim you'll be an Israelite. You're still wicked. You're still evil. You're still caught up in this world. You a goat. Because he will put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. The sheep will say, come on. Come to everlasting life. The goats he go cast into the fire. Eternal fire. Gonna be welling and gnashing of teeth. And burning forever and ever and ever. Where the worms never die and the fires never quench. You better hear what it is that is coming forth. It's the real deal. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. You can't get no clearer than that. Breastplate of righteousness. Deuteronomy 6:25 says our righteousness is the keeping of the commandments of the Most High. Simple. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, we got no peace until the kingdom comes. You see, and some will have peace. Some of us gonna have peace when all this havoc, this war is going down, because He gonna put us under His feathers. Gonna be under the shadow of the Most High. Just like a chicken puts her little chicks under her feathers, He gonna put us under the shadow. Most High will. Those that's doing what's right. Above all, taking the shield of faith. You got to believe in the Most High. Wherefore ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. You hear this? You got to understand this. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. A helmet goes on your head. That's the way you think. That's what it's talking about. Like I said, it's hip talk. And take the helmet of salvation, the way you think, to be able to reach the power, wisdom, and authority that the Most High has promised to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, it's amazing. I love it. I'm hearing people say that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. So God niggas in mainstream media. Can't get no clearer than that. You know how people are. You hear the Edomite say it, or the so-called white man say it, oh, it must be true. So yeah, it's going to gravitate more and more and more into the minds of our people to realize that we are the chosen people of the Most High. But there's going to be a remnant of all nations that's going to be saved to be able to work and do what they're going to do. Like you working now, ain't going to be like this kingdom or any kingdoms that's on this earth. It's going to be a righteous kingdom. That's why I understand how people think and feel. You feel like you feel, especially the so-called white man feels like he feel, because he feel like the same thing that he done, we going to do to him. And they have a reason to feel that way because of what they done. But we're not going to do all the heinous things that you've done that's against the laws of the Most High. But we're going to fulfill the laws of the Most High. Believe that. And they know it. So it's not something that you should even be concerned with. The main thing everybody should be concerned with is coming back to these laws of the Most High. Believe in Him. How do you fight a tornado? How do you fight an earthquake? Because that's what you're going to bring. How do you fight fire when the wind is blowing and just bringing fireballs and just going everywhere? Or fire coming from the sky. Fiery hail coming from the sky. How do you fight this? I'm trying to understand. How do you fight a tidal wave? There's more water than land. This from the Most High. This ain't no Mother Nature. This ain't no El Nino, La Nina. This from the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How do you fight that? So you're looking at us, but then the Most High gonna raise up. That's why I say, Krum Abanawa Yahweh. Krum Most High. Rise Most High. We can't rise to the Most High rise. Prove it. Prove it. David was saying, rise Most High. That's what he was saying. His power was a Mashiach Yahushai. When you read Psalms 110 and 1. He understood he was Mashiachim, the anointed, the Messiahs. And the Messiah is the Most High. He understood that. He knew that Mashiach Yahushai was his power. Because he had the spirit of a Mashiach, which is the spirit of the Most High. Nobody dealing with the Most High. Y'all gotta be, man. He gave us paradise and we turned our back on him. That's why I say seek His face. Why you think it say seek His face? You just think, oh, you done made up your own mind. In your own mind, you done made up your own power, which comes from your mind. It ain't from the scriptures. You hear what it said? From the word of the Most High. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 5. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 17. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. You hear that? He shall take for him his jealousy for complete armor. Because people want to follow some other type of power. Idols and so forth. Idols been set up to deceive you and to detour you from the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Most High. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. That's what he's going to do. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate. The righteousness, like I told you in Deuteronomy 6 and 25, that our righteousness is keeping the commandments of the Most High. That's righteousness. Doing what he say do, following his rules and regulations. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of an helmet. See? True judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invisible shield. That's the shield. He's going to take holiness, the righteousness of the Most High, the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High for an invisible shield. So you put on this shield, it's invisible because the Most High is invisible power. He's an invisible power to us, the Israelites, but he's an invisible enemy to those that call him an enemy. You hear it? The things he say he's going to do. Plagues and storms and disasters and all the things that he say he's going to do because people are not following him. And he's not being recognized. That's why he says jealousy. His name is jealous. He's a jealous power. He loved to be talked about. Who's talking about him? His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword. You hear that? What I'm saying. I gave you all the things he does already. That's a severe wrath. Shall be sharpened for a sword. And the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad. This destruction in any means necessary that the Most High gonna bring forth with his power. But then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds. From the clouds. Here come the clouds. You see clouds everywhere. But they're going to come from the clouds, which are the chariots of the Most High, the angels of the Most High. As from a well-drawn bow. Only thing we can think of is missiles right now. Shall they fly to the mark? And hailstones. They go your elements coming from the sky, and hailstones full of wrath, hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, coming from the clouds. Hailstones, how big? You know you say, but big enough to tear anything up that's on this earth. From the Most High, what you think? It's sort of man-made. This is from the Most High. He said they're gonna come from the clouds like out of a stone bow. And the water of the sea, listen, the water of the sea, three-fourths of the earth is water, the sea, and the water of the sea shall rage against them. Hear that? He gonna have the sea rage up against you. How you gonna stop this tidal wave that we can say now, but it's gonna be worse than that? Because it's coming from the Most High. He just messing with you. She just send that water out, and then he bring the water back into the ocean. Take everything, goes out and ruins everything and destroys everything as it's going in its path going forward. And when it comes back, it brings everything that it didn't take out back with it, be way out in the middle of the ocean. And the water of the sea shall raise against them, and the floods shall cruelly drown them. If they gonna flood, how you gonna fight this? You ain't doing it yet. Come up with a solution to stop floods. But he said these floods gonna cruelly drown them. Something like we never seen before. That's why it behooves you to come back to the Most High. Everyone that hears my voice should come back to him. His name is jealous. He told you that. Look. Verse 17, he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. You're going to be angry. You're going to bring fury and indignation and woe. People are going to be crying. People are going to be out of their minds, flipping out when the Most High show up. Oh, you think you see something? You ain't seen nothing till you see what he says he's going to do according to what's written in this Bible. Everybody going to do whatever they want to do. You have your free will to let the Most High come with his jealousy and his wrath, his indignation, his fury, and bring forth what it says. This is what it says. Verse 23. Yeah, a mighty wind. You got to fight this. Or fight against it. Or be safe. And not have to deal with it at all. He said a mighty wind. Could this be a tornado? This from the Most High though. We ain't talking about what it is that he had the angels come in and do. We talking about from him. He said a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Once again, yeah, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm, a tornado or hurricane, shall blow them away. That's all we can think of. But it's going to be worse than that. Because he said, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealings shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. That's the ill dealings he's talking about doing to you, if you don't come back to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because look at what he talks about next. The throne of the mighty, right? The powers and authority of the mighty. This is what he say next. Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, you rulers of the world, and understand. Learn, he said, learn. Ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Where we at now? It's the end of the earth. We in the ends of the earth right now. Right now, we in the ends of the earth. Point blank. This is it. The ends of the earth. And they judges of the ends of the earth. Right now. Give ear. Listen. Ye that rule the people. And glory in the multitude of nations, especially here in America. He said, hear therefore, ye kings, for power is given you of the Most High. You know what he said? Power is given to these kings of the earth, these rulers of the earth, by the Most High. That's Daniel 4:17. Daniel 4:17. Power is given to them by the Most High. And you see how the world we're in right now, you can see how the power has been given to them. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that we the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it, over the kingdoms, the basis of men. Set up over the kingdom, the basis of men. So he told us already what he's going to do. So now, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and the Most High said in Proverbs 16:4, Proverbs 16:4. That's why you have to look at the scenario of the world we in, how this world was actually brought about in these last days, and how the Most High has his hand in it, concerning what he said and what it is that has happened for them to have the kingdoms and the kingdoms. Proverbs 16:4. The Most High have made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he made the wicked for the day of evil. And we know that evil was multiplied in the earth when the Greeks came into power. In 1 Maccabees, the first chapter, tells you when Alexander the Greek came into power, and once he died, at the age of 32 years old, he set his 4 generals up, and it tells you in 1 Maccabees 1 and 9, and after his death, after Alexander the Greek death, they all, his 4 generals, put crowns upon themselves. They had powers and authority on the different areas that Alexander the Greek ruled. So that their sons after them, many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So evils multiplied in the earth when the Greeks came into power. So now that they have the power, how did they maintain the power? Most I say he set up the bases of men. Nobody more bases than who? The devil, or Satan. Now, since he set up the bases of men, he said, and go to Luke the 4th chapter, the 5th verse. Luke 4 and 5. And the devil, taking Mashiach up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms. That's why I say the kings of the kingdoms. He showed him all the kingdoms, including the kingdoms that exist today, of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. But the Most High said he ruleth in the kingdom of men, and set up over it the bases of men. So this is the last kingdom that's going to rule on this earth, the bases of men. So he said the bases of men, you can't get no bases in Satan, the devil. So look what it said. He said, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. So the devil has been set up by the Most High to give these kingdoms to the wicked, that the Most High said he made for the day of evil, under this condition. Verse 7, Luke 4 and 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. That's why you're looking at what he's saying to the kings of the kingdoms of the world today. They bow down and worship Satan. They worship the devil. So if you are of the devil, then you worship the devil. You ain't worshiping the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, else you be doing what he say do. And if you're doing what he say do, the devil ain't got nothing to do with you. That's why Mashiach every single time he went to the laws of the Most High. Every single time when he rebuked him. Prove me different. That's what he went to. So how are you going to actually rebuke the devil when you don't believe in the law of the Most High? You don't believe the laws of the Most High, I must say. How you rebuke the devil? I rebuke the devil. No, you're not rebuking the devil when you calling it to you and being wicked, doing the things that's contrary to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He ain't hearing you. He's laughing at you. That's why he said put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand. You ain't standing if you're not dealing with what's righteous in the eyes of the Most High. This is easy. This is not a hard thing to deal with. This is what it says. It says the ends of the earth, right? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. In the Apocrypha. For Esau is the end of the world. For Esau is the end of the world. Meaning Esau would have to be ruling during the end of the world. Meaning Esau has to be a superpower when? End of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the 12 tribes of Israel are destined to rule next. Forever and ever and ever. Forever, forever, forever. Forever and ever and ever. See, that's the problem. People are so wicked in thinking that the world to come, and they hate us so much that they can't really accept the fact that who's more humble than us? Any other nation probably went to war long time ago. Looking at Jim Crow coming out of slavery with nothing. Jim Crow laws, Ku Klux Klan, all these people that's against us. And we still haven't rose up against them. Over time it's going to change. There's a change that's going to come. But you got to see, you looking at us, but you got to deal with the Most High. Real for real. Listen what he said. Back to the leaders of the world. And you got to understand, because our people is all in the spirit going to come around to show what we got to do from 2 Chronicles 7:14. It said, humble yourself. That means you're not prideful. We got to deal with pride. Because if you don't understand you're prideful, then you don't understand what humility is. But to the kings, the rulers of the world, Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn. Ye that be judges of the ends of the earth, Esau is the end of the world. So whoever's judging, that's in charge during the end of the world, gonna be Esau, regardless of whoever's in the White House or whoever's ruling around the world. It's still the vibration. They operate in the fornication, the spiritual fornication of Esau. Point blank. Give ear, listen, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Most High. We just read where the Most High rules in the kingdom of men and set up over it the basis of men. And Satan just said, hey, all can be thine if you worship me, bow down and worship me. So that's what they're doing. And glory in the multitude of nations. No country has more nations than America. But power is given you of the Most High, that we just read. And sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. You hear that? He's going to try their works, what they're doing, what they have done. He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there's no respect of persons. He's going to search out their counsels, what they, in these, G4 meetings, and all these different councils they have in the United Nations and so forth. He's going to search out what you're saying. Because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright. You hear that? And you are ministers, you in charge of his kingdom, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. You have not judged aright, he said, nor kept the law. Kill with your own penal codes, your own laws, not the laws of the Most High, nor kept the law. Say we ain't under the law. Whose laws are they? They're the Most High's laws. Nor walk